We have the M433 assault rifle, a very strong starting weapon at 830 rounds per minute and a 4-shot kill out to 20 meters. It has a very fast time to kill potential of 217 milliseconds. It drops off to a 5-shot kill, 20 meters to 75 meters, 289 millisecond time to kill, still very good time to kill. And then it drops off to a 6-shot kill beyond that. Not the greatest time to kill at long range, but M433 is not going to be the greatest weapon at long range anyway. Main drawback of the weapon is going to be the recoil. Has quite a bit of side-to-side recoil, a bit unruly, so can't really account for that. But very good gun, especially for a starting weapon. So we have the loadout here that I like. Follows the same as pretty much every other weapon. Got the light suppressor, so fully hides in-world spotting. If you fire your weapon either unsuppressed or without a flash hider, the diamonds appear above your head for all the enemies to see, giving away your position. Whereas flash hiders and suppressors get rid of that, and then flash hiders also, or suppressors also keep you off the minimap outside of 15 meters. So within 15 meters, you're still going to show up on the minimap, but outside of 15 meters if you're flanking and stuff, you can be a little bit more sneaky with suppressors, and then this suppressor reduces recoil buildup and improves recoil recovery at the cost of hipfire accuracy. So the M433 definitely needs as much recoil benefits as possible because it does have quite a bit of side-to-side recoil. So this helps with that. And then we have the extended barrel. It increases bullet velocity and enables a faster transition to ADS. So 837 versus 670 for the basic, 536 there, 670. So 837 is good enough. And then we have the slim angle grip, slightly reduces recoil, increases weapon draw speed, and enables faster ADS. So this gets it down to 200 from 250. A little bit more snappy, a little bit more competitive in close quarters against carbines and SMGs. Standard 30 round mag, standard ammunition, red laser for better hipfire without giving away your position. Blue and green lasers show up for enemies, whereas the red laser doesn't. And then whichever sight you prefer. I like the Miniflex 1.0, but that's going to be personal preference. Good enough hipfire within 10 meters. Good enough full auto at 20, even 35, but you can see that side to side a bit, even 50 meters, but sometimes the side to side recoil can be a bit too much. So 70 meters, definitely going to have to burst and tap, even 50 meters sometimes, but 70 meters, sometimes you can full burst and get it. So we have all the stats here. So 830 rounds per minute. Pretty good fire rate, only beat out by the Cord 6P67. But it does more damage, so it's a 4-shot kill out to 21.5 meters, then drops to a 5-shot kill out to 75 meters, and then a 6-shot kill beyond that. You can get 3-shot headshot potential within 20 meters with standard ammunition and also the hollow points. So hollow points aren't actually really going to help you too much, except at very long range, so you can get a 4-shot kill, 75 meters plus with headshots, but that's probably not going to be realistic with the recoil on the M433. But it does require less headshots to get lower shots to kill. So instead of 3 headshots at every range, with standard ammunition, you only need 2 headshots. And then you can also get a 4-shot headshot kill with all 4 headshots, but not very realistic, especially at long range, 75 meters plus with the recoil of this weapon. And then if we look at the time to kill compared within assault rifles only, very good time to kill at every range. So within 50 milliseconds of the fastest killing gun at every range. So TR7 is going to be the fastest at every range. So 50 milliseconds slower there, 39 milliseconds slower there. What was that? 28 milliseconds slower there. So very competitive there. But both weapons have quite a bit of recoil. M433, I would say, has worse recoil because it's a lot more side to side. So it's a lot harder to control. Whereas the TR7, it does have a bit of side-to-side, but not nearly as much as the M433. I find it easier within close to medium range to be more accurate with the TR7 than the M433. That's going to be its biggest drawback. But with that 4 headshot kill potential at super long range, it does have the fastest time to kill at that long range, but again, that's not going to be very realistic. And if you just look at the body shots, so very good, second fastest or third fastest killing at all ranges. Very competitive in the assault rifle category. Graph here. Where is the M433? This is blue. So yeah, very good overall. Either the second fastest or within very close range, the third fastest of all the assault rifles as far as pure time to kill goes. Then if you compare time to kill all the weapons, still very good. So still competitive within 10 meters, but SCW-10 at 150 millisecond time to kill is very fast. So 67 milliseconds slower there, but competitive with a lot of the other weapons. And then very good at medium range. So 10 meters all the way out to 75 meters. Very good time to kill. Beat out by the TR7 and the M277 there. So like I said, 50 milliseconds, 39 milliseconds, and then super long range beat out by the M250, 267. So a little bit less than 100 milliseconds there, but again, not going to be very useful at that super long range. So with aim down sights factored in, it's going to fall off a little bit harder because it does have slower handling. So assault rifles are slower handling, whereas SMGs and carbines are going to handle faster, so they're going to perform better when you consider aim down sights into the equation. So if both enemies see each other at the exact same time and start aiming at the same time, then aim down sight's going to come into play. But if you both start shooting at the same time, then aim down sight's not going to be that big of an issue. And then in Gauntlet, again, same thing. Competitive within 100 milliseconds within 10 meters, so 278 to 361. And then from 10 meters all the way out to 75 meters, very fast, within 50 milliseconds of the time, fastest time to kill. So 28 milliseconds, 17 milliseconds, so very good there, especially in that medium range, but then falls off a little bit harder at that long range because the M250 has a very fast time to kill, 444 at 75 meters plus, but again, not going to be the most useful at that range anyway. You're going to have to tap and burst, so you're not going to be getting the theoretical time to kill at those long ranges anyway. Same thing when you're in BR with one plate. So Gauntlet, the plate is 40 armor with no damage reduction, whereas in BR, they're 40 armor, but they also reduce the damage, so it's basically equivalent to having 50 extra health. So against 150 health, still the same thing, competitive within that 10 meter mark, very good within medium range. Falls off a little bit more at that mid to long because the TR7 417 millisecond time to kill is very, very fast, but still within 100 milliseconds there. And then again at long range, falls off a little bit harder. It's the M250, and then BR with two plates, 200 health, falls off a little bit more. SCW-10 kills very, very fast within 10 meters, 375 milliseconds compared to 506, so that's 131 milliseconds slower. But then at mid-range, it's decent, within 100 milliseconds the fastest, so within 100 there, within 70 there, so still usable, but again, at those longer ranges, you're going to have to deal with the unruly recoil, side-to-side recoil. It's going to hold it back. That's going to be the main issue. Just not always going to be the case that way, so 50, 70 meters, probably going to have to burst and tap in most situations, although sometimes you'll be able to full auto, but definitely going to be most useful in close to medium range, especially. Very good within close to medium range, but longer range is not going to be as effective as the more accurate, easier to control weapons. But close to mid, very good. Can compete with the best of them, although there are going to be better guns for super close range and even better guns at close to medium range as well. But it's a good overall performer within 50 milliseconds of the fastest killing weapons. From 0 to 75 meters is still very good. So, very good gun for a starting weapon especially, but again, there are going to be better guns as you level up and unlock other weapons. But can't really go wrong with the M433, being that it's unlocked from the beginning and you don't have to grind to level up and unlock other weapons. You can start unlocking all the attachments on it that you want. But once you start unlocking the better weapons, it's definitely worth going for them because the side-to-side recoil definitely limits its potential, especially at medium range, and a lot of gunfights are going to tend to happen at that medium range. So close quarters, it has no problem, but medium and long range, you're going to struggle a bit and lose to some of the other guns that are easier to control, better recoil, better accuracy, all that good stuff. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you're liking the M433, what attachments you're using and finding success with. A lot of different ways you can run it, especially if you want to focus more on the close range potential. So it can be very good in hip fire if you build it out for hip fire, but I like my guns to be a little bit more versatile for every situation, so I never really spec any weapon into one specific niche. I like them to be useful in as many ways as possible. That way I don't get too stuck in any situation that's not built for the weapon. But yeah, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.